Okay, so the next project I'm going to show you, I'm going to try and do this in real time without any edits. Hopefully it'll work, but I'm going to now create a brand new track. I'm going to click on voice and mic because that's what I need. Okay, so again, I can see here that my sound levels are working fine. If it goes too high, it goes red, but that's kind of where we're aiming for. There. Okay, so for this one, you're going to need two different tracks. Okay, so what I am going to do is just going to set that up now by adding a track, clicking on voice and mic. Okay, so you've got your two tracks here. Now, if you go into the folder that says Gruffalo Rap, you'll see that there are two files there. You're going to need to download the audio, the music, and you're going to need to open up the Gruffalo there. So I'm just going to open that up. And while I wait, I've already downloaded the Forget About Dre track. So again, all I'm going to do is drag this down here and simply drag and drop it into this one. Let's try that again because I think I let go of my mouse. There we go. Great stuff. Okay, so we're ready to rumble now. You may or may not know this track before. Happens to be a personal favourite of mine. What we are going to do is we are going to put it in again for the final time because it hasn't quite loaded up properly. These are the issues that we face, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually do a proper rap. Now, I am by no means a lyrical gangster. However, what really bugs me is when teachers say, "Oh, kids love doing raps, we're going to do a rap." And it turns out as oh man alive. Especially when you've got software like this that you can actually do a rap to a proper backing track or a beat. Okay, so let's just give this a listen. Now this is an instrumental that I've got going on here. And you can see it probably starts around this point here. Great stuff. Okay, so I'm going to keep all of this in, even though it's quite a lengthy introduction. Now, some of you may know of a guy called MC Grammar, who made this kind of made the Gruffalo quite famous by rapping to it to his kids. So what I'm going to do is do something similar, and hopefully it's again something that you can take with you. It doesn't have to be a rap, obviously. It can be any backing track at all. But what's really nice is that you're giving children some kind of timing and rhythm to work with when they are going to try and make something a bit more interesting to when they're reading out aloud. It could be that if you're doing talk for writing, for example, that you use something along these lines in order to try and remember a section of text or a piece of text or a paragraph or a poem or whatever it is. Okay. Litmus test. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the next track here to make sure that's lit up. If I press record on the top one, it will record over what we've got already. Okay, so make sure that you click on that one there. All right, here goes nothing. Where I've tried it out before and literally a minute ago and I forgot to put my headphones in. Such is the concentration and nerves about trying to do this and rapping. Stuff. The mouse took us told to the deep dark wood. A fox saw the mouse and the mouse looked good. Where you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have lunch in my underground house. Terribly kind of you, fox, but no. I'm going to have lunch with a Gruffalo. A Gruffalo? What's a Gruffalo? A Gruffalo? Why didn't you know? He has terrible tusks and terrible claws and terrible teeth in his terrible jaws. Smashed it first time. Oh yeah. Sorry, got a bit carried away there. Yeah, that's why I never made it as MC Nightmare. Okay, so again, what we need to do now is we just need to check for the sound levels because clearly we might have some issues because the music's quite loud. So if again we just play it. Okay, so I'm just going to whiz it around to this part. Now you can see that unfortunately it is a little bit loud with the music, so I just need to turn this down.
Why didn't you know? You got terrible, does sound terrible.
And that sounds slightly better. I might turn the volume.
The bell's got rhythm, the bell's got rhyme. Smashes his rap, first time.
He certainly did there. Okay, so I'm actually a little bit happier now with the levels. Again, it's most important thing is that your vocals or pupils' vocals can be heard above the music. Music's just a nice accompaniment in the back. All right, so again, what we do when you're happy and you're finished with everything, give it a name. So I'm going to call this one VHPSu Rap. Press save. I forgot to mention as well that this is all cloud-based. BandLab is anyway. So once you have created your masterpiece, you're going to save it, and you can also publish it to the world as well. I won't be doing that today, thanks. Great stuff. Eventually it did that after 3 minutes and something of me sitting here silently. So I'm going to go to File, Download, and Mix Down As. Because it's a slightly longer piece with the backing track, it's just going to take a little bit of time to do this. Something I should have said as well is that obviously I'm not going to be slicing any mistakes out because I didn't make any, but if you do want to cut the ending or whatever, go back to the previous video, just have a look at how to do that. In fact, I might show you very quickly. So it's 9.2 meg, so I'm just going to download that one. Great stuff. Click off that. Okay, so if you were happy with how your track was and you just wanted to cut it short there, so again, you might just want to line it up. I'm going to click on the top backing track, and again, the button over here, this one here, will split it into two, and you can just delete like so. Okay. Great stuff. Okay. I hope that you do use this because it is a really, really cool piece of software, and it's really simple. It's just literally drag and drop, and a lot of it is just to do with timing and rhythm and musicality, but it just brings a little bit of magic, I suppose, to like pieces of text that you want children to learn about or learn off by heart, and it's just maybe a nice way of doing things. So yeah, let me know if you have any issues with that. Good luck, guys. Bring out the inner DJ.